Hey folks, comedian and writer Michelle Wolf brings her sharp humor to HBO in her debut stand-up special, Michelle Wolf, Nice Lady. Taped at the Skirball Center in New York City, this exclusive HBO special showcases Michelle's signature voice as she takes on a wide range of topics, including her surprising thoughts on feminism, Hillary Clinton, and more of life's everyday absurdities. Michelle Wolf, Nice Lady, premieres this Saturday, December 2nd at 9 p.m. only on HBO. We're also sponsored by Orbi. Wi-Fi is something you don't really think about until you don't have it or it's not working properly. Video buffering, Wi-Fi dead zones, everyone home for the holidays fighting for Wi-Fi. When did you last upgrade your Wi-Fi at home, huh? If you just want better Wi-Fi everywhere, check out an Orbi Wi-Fi system from Netgear. With Orbi, you'll enjoy super strong, fast, and more reliable whole home Wi-Fi from your basement to your backyard. Change your Wi-Fi world. Get an Orbi Wi-Fi system from Netgear. Visit netgear.com/Orbi. That's ORBI. Yeah, let's do the show.
Lock the gates!
All right, let's do this. How are you, what the fuckers? What the fuck buddies? What the fucking ears? What the fuck sticks? What the fuckettes? What's happening? I'm Marc Maron. This is my podcast, WTF. Welcome to it. How's everybody? Rob Huebel is on the show today. Rob has a series that he created and stars in. Do You Want to See a Dead Body? It's on YouTube Red. I never had Rob on, but it turned out to be hilarious and had a great conversation. I got a real kick out of him. We kind of had a good time, me and Huebel. So I'm a little bonkers, moving, man. It's just like, it just never, and I have not touched the garage. The garage is like this preserved museum of me that is now just sitting out here by itself. The house is getting emptier. I moved the fucking cats, which is no small deal. It's very odd how cat-like I am. And I know I talked about this, but I can't. It's very weird coming back to this house with no cats in it. I realize that I've been worried about this house for, almost 2 decades because of those cats. What's going on with the cats? One of the reasons I could never leave the house was the cats. What about the outdoor cats? What about Boomer? Like when I went bankrupt and I was going through that divorce, I didn't know how, if I had lost the house, how would I go anywhere? But Boomer was outside. I couldn't move Boomer. Well, that's over. But now this house has never had no cats in it. And it's weird because I can just leave the door open now. And every time I walk by it, I'm like, oh shit. But nope, there's no cats in it. It's so weird. And there's almost no me in it. It's so fucking bizarre. And it just seems like moving is never ending. This is a small house. But obviously I'm going to stay here in the garage for a bit. My house is not in that bad a shape. I just have to fix it up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I might just maybe keep it as a cabin. Maybe keep it as a workspace. Maybe just have the garage here and use it as the office. I don't know. I know that I have to use it for an extended period of time. I don't know. The most difficult thing I got to move is this garage, and it has remained untouched. Anyways, today's show is supported by the new Firefox web browser. You may have used Firefox before, but this is the new Firefox, which has been redesigned with a beautiful minimalist design. As part of the not-for-profit Mozilla, the new Firefox is powered by a cutting-edge engine, making it twice as fast as it was last year and still more private because the internet waits for no one. Better yet, Firefox uses 30% less memory than Chrome, so other programs won't slow down during browsing, because that's the worst when that happens. Whether you've opened 10 or 1,000 tabs, switching between them is faster than ever with Firefox's new responsive engine. Firefox also offers one of the most powerful private browsing experiences with added traction protection. And because Firefox is part of the not-for-profit Mozilla, which is focused on making the internet healthier, you're doing good by using it as well. That's right. When you use Firefox, you help Mozilla fight misinformation online, teach digital skills, make the comments section on blogs more human, and more. Firefox is free to use on any machine, including your phone or tablet. Fight corporate domination of the internet by choosing the browser for people, not profit. Download at firefox.com. That's firefox.com. The new Firefox. fast for good. What I did want to reach out about here is that somebody that we know and like a lot is dealing with something really tough right now. We want to lend a hand here. Barry Crimmins is a great comic and someone we've enjoyed having on this show. I did an episode with him back in like 2013, and then he was back on with Bobcat Goldthwait in 2015. And if you saw the documentary that Bob made about him, Call Me Lucky, you know Barry's story, that he's been a tireless advocate on behalf of victims of sexual abuse. Now, we found out that Barry's wife, Helen, who's an artist in her own right, very good, a great photographer, is in the middle of a cancer fight, and the cost of treatment has become overwhelming. The copays alone are just staggering for the two of them, and it's just, it's tragic. It's really heavy what they're both going through, and with all the help that Barry has given to people in his life as an advocate and human rights activist, we figured we can help lift Barry and Helen up right now. If we can lift them up just a bit, that would be tremendous. If you go to Barry's Twitter page, you'll see the pinned tweet has a link to Helen's GoFundMe account. That's at Crimmins, Crimmins, on Twitter. Someday we can hope to live in a country where they actually fix healthcare so that no one can ever be driven into financial peril because they got sick. But until that time, we're going to have to help each other. So let's help Barry and Helen out. Okay. Go to at Crimmins on Twitter and look at that pinned tweet for that link to the GoFundMe so we can help, save Helen's life. So Godspeed, Barry and Helen. I'm sorry you're going through that, and I hope we can help out a little bit. So that's horrible, but there is hope there. There is hope there. We've been in touch with Barry a bit. So I am in the middle of this move and projecting a lot onto my cats and onto my own situation and wondering, whether I can handle it, whether I deserve it, whether, I should have just burrowed in here. But it's a trip to move those cats, man. Monkey and LaFonda and me have been together for a long time, since 2004, 13 years. I've gone back and forth with Monkey to New York, and LaFonda has made that trip once. But this is really the only home outside of their childhood home in Astoria, Queens, where I found them in the alley that they've ever known. And it was weird for me. Like I think I was just it was getting sort of sad just the cats here. Yeah, as I took things out, and there was part of me that thought, well, maybe I could, maybe they just stay at the house when I'll come over when I record and sleep here, and they'll just live here. But then I realized that was ridiculous. So now I moved them, and they freaked out, but they're going to be all right. Everyone's going to be all right. I'm having a hard time throwing stuff away. There's bits and pieces from different parts of my life. There's canned goods from my relationship to, like from years ago. There's furniture and things from my marriages. It's a little bit much. It's like an emotional sarcophagi in there. and I think a new page it will be nice. So, you don't need to tell me that this is the busiest time of year. I know. You've got errands to run, gifts to buy, parties to attend, decorations to put up, and of course you have plenty of mailing and shipping to do. So let Stamps.com help you save time this holiday season. Stamps.com brings all the services of the U.S. Postal Service right to your fingertips. Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, any class of mail using your own computer and printer. Then the mailman picks it up. Stamps.com makes it easy. They'll send you a digital scale, which automatically calculates exact postage. Stamps.com will even help you decide the best class of mail every time. Print postage any day, any time of day, because Stamps.com is always open. I use Stamps.com right here at my house, and when I move all my stuff, I'll be able to do it at my new house, because Stamps.com is the post office that moves with you. And right now, you too can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale without long-term commitments. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in WTF. That's Stamps.com. Enter WTF. So, Rob Huebel has this great new series that he stars in. I mentioned it. He created it. It's Do You Want to See a Dead Body? It's now on YouTube Red. And we had a great talk. I had a good time with him. It was fun. It's a fun one. Fun one with a funny guy. This is me and Rob Huebel. Now, what did you just say?
Are you going to ask me about Glow?
About the show I'm on?
Yeah.
How much you liked it?
I haven't seen it yet.
What the...
Everyone loves it, but I'm that asshole.
I've seen so little of what you do.
That's what I appreciate. I'm glad that we are all now at the point where my best friend, I can say like, man, I haven't seen it. I don't.
There's so much on.
I can't. There's too much.
What do I owe you? I like you.
Too much. I'm psyched that we're all making money. I hope. But I can't. I'm not going to watch your show. I do want to watch your show though because everybody loves it.
I know we talked on a live one once before.
Yeah, me and Joe Latrulio and
Joe Latrulio.
That was at the Steve Allen Theater. Yeah.
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like 5-6 years ago. I don't know.
It's long, right?
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
You have children.
I do. I got a 1-year-old. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's that?
House parenting?
Well, I mean,
super
how's
easy.
The kid? All right.
Super easy. She's great. She's great. Yeah. It was. We got off to a little bit of a rocky start. She was very premature.
Oh.
Yeah. So my advice, if you're having kids, is don't have them prematurely.
Okay.
If you can avoid it.
Do you have control over that?
No, you don't. That's what they.
Like how premature?
She was very early. She was 3 months early. So.
Oh my God! Did they have to put her in the thing?
Yep, she was in the thing. She was in the little box for. I think that's the term. It's called a little thing.
Yeah.
They put her in the thing. I'm making jokes about my baby that was premature. But they put her in the NICU in the little box for 4 months actually. Yeah.
No
so it was
kidding.
great. That was a big part of my last year. Yeah. It was intense, dude. It was very intense.
But like, was it touch and go shit or just?
It's like not anymore. Like nowadays, it's sort of like The Matrix. Like it's very sci-fi what they can do now. Like this baby was born when the baby was born, and we don't have to go into this for days and days. But like she was under 2 pounds. She was 1 pound.
Oh my
15
God.
ounces. So you're looking at like a tiny little alien, And what they do is they scoop them up and they run down the hall with them with a bunch of doctors, and then they plug them into all of these machines and gadgets,
feeding them and everything.
Yep. And nowadays,
that's insane.
They can pull off miracles. So it was intense.
That's hard.
But it was really crazy. But I'm super psyched to have health insurance. And now we have this awesome 1-year-old, totally healthy baby.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she has, the thing that we're waiting to catch up is just her lungs. Like when they're born that early, their lungs are like, are really little.
Uh-huh.
So, we can't she's not going to climb Everest, tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that anyway.
No.
And
there's no reason for her
there's
to do
no
that.
reason.
And you don't need
for,
to either.
You
know what? No one has to.
What baby needs to be up on Mount Everest?
I don't think you should pressure her to do that kind of thing.
Although it would get a lot of likes.
Oh yeah,
it would get a lot of likes.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. But other than the lungs, she's all good, and then the lungs will catch up.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
That must have been crazy. So you and your wife are over at the hospital every day?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Which is super fun, tons of fun, not stressful on your marriage at all. And I've only been married we got married 2.5 years ago, and I'm old, and my wife is young, and we were like, whoa, I'm old, and I'm gonna die.
How old are you?
I'm 48.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 36, 37.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's
it's not like I'm not like a pervert. No. She's not like 20.
Yeah.
Even
then, I don't know if that's
no offense to 48-year-olds that are dating 20-year-olds.
Perverted. It's a little telling.
It's on the cusp of
I try to look at it, frame it more as that's sort of a sad situation, and that's not going to end well.
When
for
you know that guy, you know who that.
Been that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you?
Sure.
Many times.
Couple.
Yeah.
Where there's a 20-year difference. Couple times.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what do you talk about?
What the hell difference does that make?
I mean, because there are some things with my wife where I can't bring up hey, let's joke around about the TV shows we watched when we were growing up.
No, I know.
You know
like,
what
I have that with
with like music. You can't talk about like music that your girlfriend would be like, I like the Backstreet Boys or whoever.
No, I know. Like the woman I'm with now is like 37. I think.
Yeah.
36, 37. I should really know the exact date.
You should.
And I'm 54, so
you look great. You moisturize.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, me too. What do you use? No, you don't have to plug it. Lubriderm?
Facial. The Lubriderm facial, daily facial moisturizer. What do you use?
I use that on my privates.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
I use, I love me and you talking about moisturizers.
On my privates, I use saliva.
You do?
Yeah.
Where do you get that?
Right out of my mouth.
I use oil of Olay. Why are we
on
talking
your
about
face?
this? Yes, on my face. Not on my privates. It's way too expensive for my privates.
Really?
I use your saliva on my privates.
Not when I'm awake.
This podcast is
I tell you.
downhill.
Obama's
listening to this, shaking his head.
This is better than Obama. What I feel, no, I'm kidding. That was an amazing day, but we didn't talk about this stuff. What I feel bad about right now is saying, what difference does it make when you said, what do you talk about? Here's the truth of the matter. like that came out of my mouth, and I realized that was insensitive.
I gotta take it back.
Well, I mean, I dated people that were significantly younger than me, but like looking back on it, the woman I'm with now, I'm no emotional giant.
No, nor am I.
Right.
Nor am I.
And quite frankly, the woman I'm with now has really got me sort of level.
Right on
Yeah. It took a long time, but like the young people I've dated, thank God, the young people of this country. I never thought about it much until you start going out places.
Yeah.
And I used to do a whole bit about that, where the guy who looks like the one that looks like the idiot is the guy.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
No one's like, oh, cool.
Well, you know what's up with that, right? And
yeah.
And you can think that he's taking advantage of her, but I've found most of the time that guy's the sucker.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
especially where we live. Yeah.
Sure. But like I genuinely liked the women who were like significantly younger than me, and I learned things from them. And granted, we couldn't talk about TV shows when we were younger,
right?
But they do have a sensibility that is, like you get to a certain age and you're kind of locked in things, and you realize how limited your perception is, because we're just hung up on how we grew up.
That's right.
And they bring a lot more to the table. They're definitely more capable with, existing in the world than I think I was.
Have you ever been doing something with her and thought like, what am I doing?
Oh, yeah.
What am I doing?
Not with this one.
Why am I rollerblading?
No, this one, the one I'm with now, is we have a lot in common in those areas. Where we're like, we don't need to go there.
You both love rollerblading.
No, we don't. We both love like sitting around going like, do we need to go to that? I don't think we need to go.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to rollerblade. Do you want to rollerblade? No, I can't, because it's going to hurt my.
Let's buy skateboards. Let's both buy skateboards.
No skateboarding. No, none of that kind of stuff. Like you know. But
it's always fancy. It's those fancy modes of transportation that screw you up. If you buy like one of the little mono wheel things,
Yeah. No,
she doesn't get around on that.
We're not doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're both very practical. But the last one, I used to just feel like.
Do you? It sounds like you burn through them.
No, I've been there with this one for a few years.
Oh, great.
But no, I'm pretty long termy.
Yeah.
But there was one there for a while that was significantly younger. I mean, like, embarrassingly younger.
Yeah.
Like, I might have been 50. She might have been 23.
Yeah.
And I thought we were sort of
seeing eye to eye.
Yeah. But as soon as I got outdoors with her, I was like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
There's nothing. I could just look at me.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
She's like 10 yards ahead of you.
I'm that guy. Yeah. That's the bit. Just me just scrambling. Hey, where are we going?
Wait up. Wait for me. Did you at the time, did you drive like a convertible?
No.
No, that would be bad.
I was never that. And I'm not even sure
what
how
about like
happened.
A motorcycle with like a sidecar?
No, I'm not that.
Too much.
No,
too much.
I'm not that midlife crisis-y.
Yeah.
I really didn't see any problem with it intellectually or emotionally.
Right.
It was really just sort of like you realize like I'm old.
Yeah.
I don't feel that with this one. You feel that with yours?
With my wife? No, not at all.
So there you go. But you're not, it's normal, man.
It's normal.
What, less than 10 years or 10 years?
Just 11, 10 years? 11 years.
11 years?
It's normal. But it's not 20 years. It's not 20 years.
I like that tone. No, it's good. It's fine.
It's fine.
Ugh, it's just so, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Love is a weird thing.
In the end.
Yeah.
That's the end of the podcast. Love is a weird thing.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
We figured
Music, credits. Roll the credits.
Where did you come from?
I was in New York when you...
No, I remember that.
Yeah. I grew up in D.C. in that area.
Oh, really?
In Virginia, like out in the suburbs. Like
your dad in politics?
No, everybody else's dad was. Everybody else's dad near me worked at the Pentagon.
No, really?
And my dad was an airline pilot. Yeah. So
he's a pilot?
Yeah.
You look like a pilot.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You look like the idea of a pilot.
A lot of pilots look like perverts.
Is that true?
I think so.
They marry women 11 years younger than them?
Yeah. And they wear like the bomber jackets, and they got...
Well, they're all Air Force guys, right?
Yeah, and they got like weird mustaches.
Yeah,
bad haircuts.
But they're the only ones that professionally need aviator glasses.
That's right. They're the only ones legally that should have aviator glasses.
Aviator sunglasses.
Yeah. Everybody else is like ripping them off.
That's right.
Yeah. So my dad flew out of what is now Reagan National Airport. And
for what airline?
An airline that is no longer around called Eastern Airlines.
I remember Eastern Airlines.
Remember Eastern? Yeah.
Sure.
So he flew for Eastern for like a million years.
They had the shuttle.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Before
the Eastern Shuttle, and they had their own building for a while over there at LaGuardia.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Wow, you know a lot about Eastern Airlines. But
what's your dad's name?
Jerry.
Oh shit!
You know Jerry Huebel?
Yeah, Jerry Huebel, the pilot.
Yeah.
Bomber jacket.
Yeah, you know him. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's where we grew up, and everybody else worked at the Pentagon.
So a lot of kids were like, "Can't tell you what my dad does."
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real.
Because I don't even know.
Yeah, I think that I don't know how that works. Like, I guess if your dad is like in the CIA or something, what do you tell your kids?
I don't know.
You just say like, I work at a sporting goods store.
Let your mom handle it.
Yeah,
mom will tell you.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what I imagine they come up with some story that they can stick with. But it's like, what if the kid's sort of like, will you take me to work with you?
No, take your kid to work day. Yeah,
can't
you
go
want
with
to see me assassinate
the South American dictator.
Yeah, hey, Dad, this is awesome. Pew, pew, pew. Run like hell. Just keep running.
So you knew those guys, kids.
Yeah, I knew some of those kids.
What'd your mom do? She work in the business?
No, my mom took care of us mainly, and then when we got older, my mom went to work for PBS, like doing.
How many kids were there?
Just me and two brothers. I got an older brother and a younger brother.
How much older?
Just 2 years on either end.
Oh, really?
Much. Yeah.
How'd he turn out?
So we were pretty. we were all pretty close. They're all good.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good dudes. And my little brother's married, and he has like teenage kids. He got married way before me. Yeah. My little brother got married, like right out of college, and now has kids that are like, full on teenagers with, going through, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I have like a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
And so in a cool way, I can ask my little brother for.
Is he still married to the same lady?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's like
he's
solid
into
dude.
it. Yeah.
Solid guy.
Totally into it.
What happened to the older brother?
My older brother is an assassin. No.
What? For the CIA?
Yeah, yep, for the CIA.
That's amazing.
No, my older brother is he lives in South Carolina. My whole family lives in South Carolina now.
Except for you.
Except for me, yeah. So I'm like the black sheep. But my older brother is a photographer, and kind of like doesn't really care that much about like money and doing, kind of like
artiste.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Huh.
Exactly like you.
Yeah. Probably a lot like me. Does he have books like this?
Let me.
No, I just mean like, does he have a room like this?
Yeah, he definitely has a room with books, and he knows what books are. Yeah.
That's good
for sure.
That's different than you, right? Do you have a room with books?
I don't. I have a book with magazines. I mean, I have a room with magazines.
Yeah, you do?
Just tons of magazines. Mostly dirty
So
magazines.
now, when you dad, like, did you go up in the cockpit and stuff?
I did, yeah. And this was all obviously before, 9/11. Mm-hmm. But back in the day,
free for all.
It was a free for all. Yeah. Like when we were little, you ride for free.
Yeah.
You fly for free.
Sure.
Like
the whole family, right?
Yeah. So I had basically like a little blank checkbook.
Yeah.
That you can, you go up and you fill out the from to, like where am I going? You go up and you hand them the coupon, depending on where you live. And they just say, okay, have a seat. We'll let you know if there's room. And so that's how we traveled, when I was little. And, but yeah, for sure, like, my dad would take me on, like, my dad would try to, like, buddy up, hey, let's go on a trip, I'm going to take this kid out on a trip, just me and you.
Yeah.
And so my dad would, like, take me on a ski trip, we'd go out to wherever. But my dad, I remember one time everybody's getting on the plane.
Yeah.
And, you come down the jetway and you take a right and you go down to your seat.
Yeah.
Well, I came on and my dad, like, gave me a wink and he, like, smuggled me into the cockpit. Like, I took a left and got into the cockpit. My dad's like, get in the closet. I was like, what? And I'm not joking. My dad's like, get in the closet. Be very quiet. I was like, okay. So I'm sitting in, like, the little coat closet in the cockpit of the Eastern Airlines plane. This is probably why Eastern Airlines is no longer around, by the way. But so I just,
they got an extra seat in the cockpit for
the guy,
there's like 2 or 3 in there.
Yeah. It's called a jump seat. Yeah. And that's for, like, other pilots that are, going to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like the voice you have for just anything that has to do with your dad. Other pilots.
Yeah. Super cocky. Yeah. Let's do a loop. But so my dad, like, smuggled me into the cockpit and was just like, hang out here in the closet.
Yeah.
And I'll bring you. So then we took off and he's like, okay, coast is clear. So I came out and then it's just me in the cockpit with my dad and the co-pilot. And back then they had a third guy, navigator,
right,
who would, like, decide, okay, let's go straight. Okay, take a left.
So there's a pilot, a co-pilot, a navigator, and a jump seat, and you're just standing there.
And I'm just sitting there, And well, I would sit on the jump seat, and so that happened a few times.
Yeah,
and but it was, like you said, it was a free for all. Like, I remember some of my memories of it are like, it's just a bunch of guys up there, like, talking locker room talk.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Talking about flight attendants. Yeah. And I don't know what all went on out on the road.
Yeah.
Like, maybe my dad has another family.
It's possible.
Very possible.
Is he still around?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he listens to the podcast.
No.
So I feel,
just ask him. Are they still together?
No, they got divorced. But thank you for asking. Well, they're friendly. They're in their 80s, and so they, they're friendly. But anyway,
did that come back around?
It did. Well, yes, they went through a pretty, horrible divorce.
Yeah.
And then eventually I think you get to an age where you're like, fuck it.
Kids
I'm
with
old.
You. I know you.
Yeah, I know you. I'm not going to kill you, and it's like, so then they just, like, now they're like, you put your guns down, and it's just like, we're friends. In a way,
Yeah.
You can't bring up certain things, like, you can't bring up, like, the divorce or,
right.
like, the rental house that you got in the divorce or whatever. Yeah. But,
just keep that off the table.
Yeah. Keep that off the table.
But if you bring that stuff up, it all comes right back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they go right back into it.
I imagine, I can see that.
Yeah, that was stressful.
If I start talking about divorce,
how many are you divorced? One time?
Twice.
3 times?
No, twice. The second time, though, that was the bad one.
That was the one that took. The first time didn't take.
The first one I left.
Oh, really?
The second one I got left. You knew her, didn't you know Misha?
I did know her. Yeah. I didn't know her, but I knew that you were married to her.
Because we were around in New York and then here. Because I think we all got out here at the same time. So your parents are friends. That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
And you're friends with your siblings, and everything's good.
Everything's
flying around in planes,
flying
in the
around
closet.
in planes. Yeah. Well, what I was going to tell you, the button on the dumb pilot story was that it was such a free for all in the 80s back then. I remember distinctly sitting up there with them and the like the navigator guy who's sitting over at the side, like looking at the radar or whatever they're looking at, had like pornography like taped to his desk, like the inside of a locker room. And he would just, once you take off, it's just like all these centerfolds came down.
Come on.
And you see like 70s bushes everywhere.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
But
and this was the 80s, but there were still women with 70s.
His plane. I mean,
that's a good point. That is a great point.
That means he had to bring that for the flight. He couldn't get through a round trip.
Until this moment, I've never thought about it, but what you said is true. He had to bring that pornography with him, tape it under the desk, tape it onto the thing. But I'm telling you, I remember naked pictures of like a couple of women, not a crazy amount, but like a couple naked pictures of ladies and be like, hey, guys, when you're not flying the plane, look at this. Look at these boobs.
That guy.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he was like a character, and they were just sort of like, when I have to fly with him.
Yeah,
Pictures.
Yeah,
again.
Pervy Dave.
Yeah.
Come on, Dave.
Come on, put him away.
Put your thing back in your pants.
Kid's here.
Yeah, my son's here. Look out the window, boy. Look at that. Look at that cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
It was cool to to have a dad that did that. I used to like walking through airports with my dad. It's
Sure.
like
He was in the uniform.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you'd walk through and you'd be like, yeah, my dad's the bus driver.
But he was an Air Force guy
yeah, he was an Air Force guy and a Marine pilot too. Yeah,
in Vietnam.
no, somehow he missed Vietnam. I don't know. Maybe he's like, I don't
After?
know. I'll have to ask him.
Before, middle.
I can't remember. I don't know.
Huh.
Might have just skipped his unit.
But that's
somehow.
how he learned, huh?
Yeah. I think that's and now my little brother's a pilot. My little brother flies for UPS.
Really?
No plug. I don't know if you have if they're an advertiser.
I had a UPS guy over this today.
You did? Was it my brother?
I don't think so. He wasn't in a
The
plane.
pilots.
He was in a brown truck.
The pilots do double duty. The pilots, they'll land.
Yeah, it was weird. He did, a plane landed on my street.
Yeah, there he is.
So he had was he in the Air Force?
No,
He just learned?
I guess he was. He was in the but in the Air Force Reserves. That's what it was. Yeah. I've never been in the military.
Right.
Have you been in the military?
No.
comment.
I would remember that.
Yeah, I would remember it.
Yeah, no, I was in the military.
Have you ever
I think I'm
have you done
over
a USO tour?
I'm over the age now.
You might not qualify.
No, not anymore. I have not done a USO tour.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you?
Yeah, I did. I went to Iraq with in 2007. Me and Rob Riggle. Rob Riggle set it up. He's a Marine.
I know. Rob, I've talked to Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Solid
so-
guy.
yeah.
Marine guy.
American.
But friendly guy. Good,
Yeah,
decent
very
fellow.
friendly. Midwestern. Yeah. Yeah. Great guy. And so he set it up. So we went over there, me and him and Horatio and Paul Scheer, and did a bunch of comedy for the troops.
How was that?
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome to the troops.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying now. It's like 10 years later, and I'm still telling them you're welcome.
Not thank you.
No, you're welcome for the comedy.
Yeah.
No, of course it was amazing. It was incredible.
Did they enjoy it?
Did they? I think they did.
Yeah.
It opens your eyes to when you go over there, you do see it's all 18-year-old dudes from like Alabama, you know, and they are. We went over there during the Iraq,
And you guys
situation.
are sort of, you're not standard stand-ups per se.
No, we went over there and did like a bunch of sketches and like making fun of the Pentagon. And they actually told us like we could do whatever we wanted. So we had like a bunch of kind of like funny bits, and then we did like we threw a bunch of sketches together. We did some, and then we did some kind of like dating game where we got like a few guys up. And then, like, Horatio might have come out in, like, a wig. I don't know.
Really?
But listen, I'll tell you, it killed.
It did?
It killed.
Yeah?
We killed in Iraq.
Is that true?
I can say that I killed in
Is
Iraq.
it true?
I shouldn't say that.
Is it true?
I feel like the shows went pretty well, but
Now,
only because they're really hungry for comedy.
Right,
Mark.
but I
that's
mean-
why you should go over there.
Oh, no, but I mean, like, are you going to those smaller camps?
Yes, we went to.
So it must just be terrifying. You guys, like,
It was really scary. We took Black Hawk helicopters everywhere we went, for real. And they took us to what are called FOBs, forward operating bases. Right. And we went way in like, I think like northern Iraq.
Right.
And
it's not like the Bob Hope Arena
No.
situation.
We were sleeping in shipping containers. They had like shipping containers, and they like punched holes in the thing for windows, and then they had a couple cots in there. And, I mean, it was not comfortable, but they take good care of you. And then the main thing is like you just get to meet all these people that are super psyched to have anyone come over there and entertain them. You know?
Yeah, definitely. That's great, man. Good for you doing that.
Yeah, one time we were flying in a helicopter going to like the next place.
Yeah.
And it was a really long trip, and it was like a 2-hour flight and so they open up the doors on the side, and so there's just hot wind blowing in. You know, it looks like the
sounds.
Great sound effects.
Yeah.
Great sound effects.
What? Just what I did?
Yeah. Dude, you're wasting your time.
I know.
You got to get into the sound
I keep
effect.
trying to get my agent to do.
There's no reason why we couldn't use that in movies. There's no why even put film in the camera?
How's that?
Even better. That's a motorboat, right?
No, it's
Jet ski?
It's kind of the sound. I don't know.
As just a fart?
No, it was a generic wind sound.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. But so we were flying to the next base, and it was like a 2-hour flight, and everyone was like trying to fall asleep. And they got in either door they have a guy in the door with one of those big guns on a stand. You're like a huge machine.
I've seen that
gun.
in movies.
Yeah. Looks like Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, right.
So we're flying along. Everyone's like kind of half asleep, and all of a sudden, you just hear someone on the helicopter is just like the loudest machine gun. And someone's just spraying down the desert, hailing down a hellfire of artillery. And I look over. I'm like screaming. Shear is screaming. Riggle's screaming, and it's Horatio sitting there laughing his ass off, shooting the machine. Like I guess the gunner was just like, "Yeah, come on over, man," and like let Horatio just light up the desert because there's nothing out there. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
So Horatio's just like, blah, 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 blah. It was terrifying. It was so scary. But that's like my main memory.
It's like that guy did what your dad did with Horatio.
Yeah, it was the same guy.
With the gun.
Yeah, get over here. Come here, kid. Get over here and play with his gun. Yeah.
You guys didn't know it was happening until it was happening?
Mm-mm. I thought we were taking heat.
Oh, man.
So I can say I went, in a way I can say I've served.
Saw some action.
Yeah, I was in the shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So where did you go? You went to college, and when did you start doing the comedy?
Well, yeah, I went to New York. I always wanted to be in comedy, but I didn't know how to do it.
But did we skip something? Did you go to college?
I went to college, yep.
Where?
Did we skip something? Yeah, I went to Clemson in South Carolina.
Clemson.
Go Tigers. We won the...
How many
I don't know if
schools
you're
have said that?
I don't know if you're...
Go Tigers.
I don't know.
A lot of them.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
A couple of them. But no big deal. We are the football national champions.
Really?
Currently. You didn't know that?
What do I know about sports?
I don't know. You're wearing a football jersey.
Hey, shut up. Don't tell people. See, I don't know. Did you
If
play?
you had answered the door in a football jersey,
Yeah, you would have been like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Are you a big sports guy?
Not really, no.
Did you play ball?
No, I played soccer. I'm a white guy. I played soccer. Like
What does that mean?
When I was little.
Well,
it's just like a suburban.
Right.
It seems like you're
Contemporary suburban.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could have been a quarterback back in the day. You're 48.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I could have gone pro. Damn it. But I played soccer in high school, and I wasn't great.
They didn't even have soccer in high school when I was in high school.
It wasn't even invented then.
I don't even think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't know the teams we had.
Yeah. A lot of people think that I'm a sports guy, and I appreciate it. I really do. I don't know.
Riggle is, right?
Riggle is a...
Maybe not.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he might have played football and stuff, and he's a big sports fan too.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's from Kansas City, and he's
right.
He's way into all those sports.
Yeah, because I think
he plays golf too. I'm not good at golf.
I'm happy to hear this because I think I might have I had Riggle in here and I prejudged him.
Yeah.
He was probably not the kind of guy I would like in high school.
Yeah.
But he got better, I think.
Well,
he's a nice guy, genuinely a good guy.
For sure. But you would think that you don't realize there's a lot of layers to him. And you don't realize that going into it. You think
decent guy though.
Yeah.
And I imagine
sure.
some of those guys I prejudged, even in high school, might have turned out to be decent guys.
Not many of them.
No?
Not a lot
I think it's a small number.
Is there a chainsaw?
Probably. The guy comes around with the chainsaw sometimes.
Are we in danger?
No, he just runs down the street waving it around.
Yeah, we got to get the hell out of here.
We're like, there's the guy again.
Mark, we got to get out of here.
Every day, 4:00, chainsaw man.
Chainsaw man, we got to get out of here.
I would say that's probably a guy with a leaf blower.
No, that's a chainsaw.
Is it?
We're in danger.
Do you want me to? Let's just ride it out.
We'll see what happens.
I just want to know if it's going to stop and whether I have to go around and shut all the fucking windows.
Do you have like a
What?
like a producer's assistant that'll go out there and give him $100 to say,
yeah, like a shoot.
Get out of here.
How do those conversations happen? It's just sort of like, you hear dogs.
Well,
when you're on
I think that's a racket. I think that if you're filming a TV show, a lot of people think like, oh, I can make $100.
I'm sure they can.
By the way, if you're listening to this, here's an easy way to make $100. And when you see people filming something, start honking the horn, start yelling,
Doing that yard work with the loud equipment.
Get your leaf blower out,
and then some kid will come over.
Yeah, some 18-year-old kid will
with a
come
headset
over
on.
And be like, "Hey, man, I'm so sorry to bother you. Is there any way you could not do that? We're rolling." People are like, "Oh, really? You're rolling?" Because I'm trying to make my yard nice. You fuck.
I don't have any time during the week other than now to do this.
Now's the time to blow my leaves.
Sorry, you guys are just going to have to wait. How long are you going to be? Oh, at least an hour?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me talk to my boss.
We were shooting something recently in a park out here in Los Angeles where we all live. And this old man came out and he said that we were on his property. And we said, no, this is a park.
Yeah.
And he said, no. All this right here, this is my property. So, and he wouldn't get out of the shot.
He's a crazy man.
Yeah, he was a crazy man.
Yeah.
You pronounced it correctly. He's a crazy man.
Crazy man.
He's a wolfman. And so we offered to pay him, and he said, I don't want your money. We're like, really? Like, what is this about? So we finally had to call the county tax assessor and have them email us the property and show him we're on a park.
Really?
Get out of here.
It went that far?
It took a long time.
Oh my God.
I still don't. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what he wanted. If you're listening to this, you piece of shit.
How did you get there? Oh, I know what this is all leading to. I'm gonna have to close the windows.
Okay. I'll fill time while you close the windows. Hey everybody, it's Rob Huebel. Listen, Mark's outside, so I'm gonna fill time. Call me on my cell phone right now. 212-555-1212.
Oh, you used the 555 number. You're a professional.
I'm noticing this glow calendar. You guys have calendars for your TV show.
No, one of the cast members made that.
Oh,
the
really?
guy, Chris Lowell, who took a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Had those made. He's also on the show that you didn't watch. So
I'm gonna watch it.
I don't do what you want to do. It's your fucking life.
I will watch it.
All right. So I
went to college at Clemson.
Tigers.
Yep.
Go Tigers.
That's how we got distracted.
Didn't play football.
They are the national champions.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, you said that.
You can catch them anytime, every Saturday.
What'd you study there?
Marketing, only because, here's the thing. I wanted to...
you didn't know what you wanted.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. Here's what I thought.
That's one of those majors, marketing. What does that mean?
Management. What is that?
Seriously,
here's what I thought.
Did you learn? What are even the classes? Mark, it's like...
it's business. It's like, hey, how do we promote this product?
Really?
That kind of stuff. Sort of, in a way.
That's a whole major?
That's a whole major. Consumer behavior. Why do people buy the things they buy?
That's a whole major.
That's a whole major. You go to class and they're like, what's going on with why do people act like this in grocery stores?
Is economics part of it?
Yes.
You take economics?
All that. Economics, finance, marketing.
You did all
management.
that?
Yeah.
Did you take it in?
A little bit. Here's the thing. I wanted to, at the time, this is all going somewhere.
Yeah.
At the time I thought I wanted to be in comedy, but I didn't know how to do it. So I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll get into advertising.
That makes sense. Like you go copywriting?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. I thought I'd move to New York and get into advertising.
And you'd write jingles and blurbs?
Blurbs and bloopers.
Jingles and so what are those? Catchphrases?
Catchphrases?
Yeah. Have the hamburger!
Hey, let go of the beef.
Hey, don't eat that.
Hey,
eat this.
Get that out of your mouth. Put this in your mouth.
Yeah.
You weirdo.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Get that out of your mouth. Put this in your mouth.
Get that out of your mouth. Put this in your mouth.
Yeah. That's
Don't
good.
steal that, people listening. So I thought I would work in advertising. So because I didn't have here's the lesson that I'm trying to get across.
Convey?
Yeah. I didn't have the courage to say to myself, why don't you just get into comedy and start writing jokes? And
Did you know that was a possibility?
I didn't know how you do it. Like, how do you do it? Like, you just start.
You had no interest in doing stand-up.
That seemed pretty scary to me. And I'll tell you why. I remember going to Luna Lounge and
This is after college when you went to New York.
This is in New York. Yeah.
I want to hear about the dark times of floundering, where you couldn't get a job in New York, and everything was terrible.
For real. I thought I went to interview at
after college.
Yep.
So right after college, you're like, I'm moving to New York.
Moving to New York.
Yeah.
More or less. I moved to Aspen, Colorado.
What'd you do there?
Skied for a year.
Wow, nice. Tolerant parents, a little money in the bank. Good for you.
I don't know what. I think my parents thought, go ahead.
Yeah.
Good luck. Enjoy it.
How are you at the skiing?
Really good. You want to see me?
Yeah, do it.
Look at this video on my phone. It was a great time.
Yeah. Did you teach skiing? Or
no,
you just lived up there?
I worked in hotels. I worked in hotels, and at that time, the Aspen Comedy Festival was going on. You remember that?
I was part of it. What year?
This was like early '90s.
I was there in '95.
You were?
Yeah.
I missed you.
That was not a good year for me.
But I bought tickets. Gary Shandling performed there when I lived out there, and I had front row tickets to Gary Shandling.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah. And I didn't know, but years later, me and Rob Huebel would go to the Aspen Comedy Festival with a little sketch show that we did, and that's how we got agents. Anyway, no big deal.
Came full circle.
Kinda. Yep. Totally did.
But you at the time
didn't know what I was doing. I was like,
you weren't sitting there going, I want to do that.
I wanted to do comedy, didn't know how to get into it other than stand up. Stand up seemed too scary. I didn't think what was I going to do? An average looking white dude from the suburbs of like northern, like what's my take?
You do look like that.
What are people going to do? Like, oh, that guy's got a hot take on stuff, so.
But you knew you wanted to be funny.
But I knew that I knew that I could be funny, and I felt like I could do it, but I didn't know until I got to New York. I hadn't seen improv before.
So you go to Aspen for a year, you ski, you work at hotels, Gary Shandling.
See Gary Shandling. And then
you're like, time for real life.
Yep, time for real life. So then I moved to New York and try to get into advertising. Doesn't go well.
How'd that go? I'd like to hear some of those stories.
Hey,
I'm Rob.
Hey, what's up? I'm Rob, and I want to work here. Oh, cool. Where else have you worked? Nowhere. Oh, cool. Where are you coming from? I just lived in Aspen. Oh, cool. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I like to ski and smoke weed. Oh, okay. Get out of here. So that's sort of how that went. When I was in, so I floundered around, and at the time I was living with a couple guys, and one of the guys had a girlfriend. I had roommates in New York. It was super poor.
We're in Queens?
No, I lived with these investment. Everyone I lived with was making money. They were all like these investment banker guys.
How'd you get hooked up with those guys?
Like a friend of a friend. They said, hey, this guy's got a floor that you can sleep on. So I moved to New York, and I lived in a place on the Upper West Side, but was sleeping under the stairs. Literally, they didn't have a room for me. I slept under the stairs. In this place, and I had like a little egg crate. You remember those egg crate mattresses? Like in this room.
Yeah.
Like the things that are soundproof. These are my old mattresses.
No, come on. You could have done better. Why do we do that to ourselves?
Because I literally had no money. I moved to New York, and I had no money.
No friends.
I didn't know anyone. I thought, I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to get into advertising. I'm going to give myself a year. I'm going to give myself 1 year. And I didn't know anything about New York. I didn't know anyone in New York.
So wild, right?
I didn't know where I was going.
That must have been sad times.
Dude, I remember going, I temped. I had temp jobs.
Sadder.
That's what I was going to tell you, is that my roommate's girlfriend worked at a temp agency, and she's like, all right, do you know Microsoft Word? No. Do you know Excel? What? Do you know how to make a spreadsheet? No, I don't know any of that. Do you have a suit? No. I didn't have those things. So she would go, okay, here, go to this place tomorrow morning at 9:00. Don't be late. You're going to answer the phones.
Yeah.
And so I would just go to these places, and she would lie for me. She would just say, yep, this guy who's coming in, he's a real sharp customer, and he knows Microsoft Word and Excel, and he can type. And I was like, no, I can't. I remember I had a temp job at the Time Warner or Time Life.
Yeah.
And my job was inputting zip codes of people that subscribed to Time magazine.
Oh, wow.
So they're like, here you go. And then one time I had a job at Goldman Sachs for a couple days.
Did you meet Steve Bannon there?
Great dude.
Yeah.
Really
Was
great.
he fun then?
Yeah, really great guy.
How about that Gary Cohen? Was he there?
He was probably there.
Yeah.
He's probably up and coming guy. But my job, again, like I would temp for these people that their receptionist was sick. So they would send me in and I would be like, hey, what do you need, Steve? And they'd be like, I don't know, staple this stuff. And so they'd give me stuff to staple.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember barging into a very important meeting in a conference room in Lower Manhattan in like Goldman Sachs. And I had stapled all of these reports together. And I just said, hey, Steve, I'm done putting all the reports together. All these guys in suits whip around and look at me like, why are you in here? We're a bank. We're trying to solve, we're trying to take money from people.
We are running the world.
Yeah, we're controlling the money.
We're controlling all the money everywhere.
Yeah,
and you're happy with yourself?
Get out of here. So that's what I did.
You're proud of yourself that you stapled some things?
Yeah, so I did that for like I temped for like a couple of years in New York. And then you're on the bridge. And then I'm on the bridge.
and some guy comes up to you and says and starts an improv.
Yeah. I started taking improv classes in New York. And
what drove you to do that?
I saw my roommate at the time.
Yeah.
I had switched roommates now.
Yeah.
And my roommate knew.
Did you have a room now?
At this point I had a room. Yep.
Oh, that's good.
And I was living with a guy who was a funny guy, also trying to get his shit together, a guy named Mike Henry, who went on later to work for Family Guy. And he created the Cleveland Show.
Oh, yeah.
Really funny writer. But at the time, we were just broke dudes living in New York, and he was just a friend of a friend. And he said, hey, you should go see this improv show with me. I'm going to go see this improv show. And it was that show, Ass Cat, that Amy Poehler.
At the old UCB?
Yeah, not even. They hadn't even started the theater yet. So it was like they would do them in these little pop-up places.
Right.
And so I went to see an Ass Cat, and it was like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler and Adam McKay and like John Glazer and Stephen Colbert and like all these, big Chicago comedy future superstars who had just moved. They had all just moved to New York and were getting it going. I think some of them were, I'm sure McKay was writing for SNL or something like that. And anyway, I saw that show and changed my life. I was like, oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. If you don't want to do stand-up, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
And they hadn't even gotten the theater together yet. But when they, couple weeks later, I think they started this theater and started doing classes. And I was like, yep.
The original one, the one with the weird seats, the old strip bar.
That's right. Yeah, there's an old strip bar on the
and they got the seats from the bus terminal or something. Yeah.
And it was an old strip bar, and they used to get a lot of weirdos coming in there and looking for strip shows. Yeah. And we'd be doing, improv and sketch shows, and people want to jerk off.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, no.
They had to turn away a lot of Orthodox Jews. The Hasidim used to come.
It's true. You've heard that story.
Yeah.
It is true. Yeah. There was, for some reason, a lot of Hasidic Jews would come into the theater looking for strip shows, and we'd be like, oh.
And some of them would stay for the comedy?
Yeah. You've heard that story.
I've heard a couple of versions of it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But we used to have to like go out on the street and hand out flyers.
On that street?
No, we go down to Union Square and other cool places, the East Village. And we try to hit up college students to come to our improv and sketch shows.
Right. I remember. And, what street was it on, though? Like 22nd?
22nd Street. Yeah.
That's right.
So, and that's how we would get people to come see our shows.
And that was the one, like, Matt lived at top of it.
Yeah. Walsh. Yeah. Lived above the theater. Yep. Yeah. And so we would just try to pack the house. And at that time, it's not like it is now where there's like a million people trying to do shows there. It was like, we need shows, you guys. Walsh and Besser and Amy and Ian, they'd be like, you guys write a show, put up a show tomorrow,
Yeah.
So we would just throw up shows. And
really, it was like that.
Yeah, it was really like you had
they needed time filled.
They needed time filled. Yeah, I mean, literally, if you had an idea for a sketch show, you could do it.
But were you taking classes or just hanging out?
Yep, taking classes.
So it was the original 4 teaching.
Yep,
and that was it.
That was it. And then like a year later or a couple of years later, you would start. Like I started teaching there, and so I started teaching improv.
Who'd you take with?
I tried to only take with Ian. I took a class with Besser and with
Yeah.
Amy. They were great. But when I got in with Ian, that was my dude. Like,
Yeah.
And, you know, Ian went on to like write on, I think he was a showrunner maybe on Key and Peele, but like there's something about him that he's a machine.
He always scared me.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's
He
like
intimidated me.
Yeah, he's kind of a he's
Out of all of them.
Yeah,
Couldn't get a handle on that guy.
You can't get a read on him.
Yeah.
But comedy wise was a machine and knew how to make any improv scene funny. And like you would do, you know, when you would take classes with him, you would do a terrible fucking improv scene, just a disaster. And he'd be like, okay, here's what you said. And then here's where it went. And this is where it took a bad turn. And he was so, like analytical about it and scientific about it. He could show you this is where it went off the rails. If you had just gone in this direction,
Right.
that would have made sense. And then you guys would have had a funny scene.
Right.
You know? And that was,
But you
that was
can't
helpful.
control that shit in the moment.
No. You just have to fail, dude. Like I'm telling you, man, I feel bad for all of the people that came to early shows that we did so many horrible,
That's all right. It's all right.
horrible shows.
Yeah.
But you know, you do learn very quickly. Oh, that was bad.
But that still happens.
For sure.
There's got to be plenty of shitty shows. How many?
for sure. But less so as you figure it out.
Sure.
Like eventually you figure out like, these are the people I want to perform with. These are the guys that I think are
Right.
funny.
Well, I guess now, you know, you do enough of the sort of class-driven shows. Like there's not a desperation for shows anymore. I imagine you guys are probably out in front of audiences, regular audiences, before you were probably ready.
For sure. And
Just
people
'cause
be
you
like,
need-
oh boy. People
Yeah.
leave there and be like, "Ugh, what was that? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why so many people think that improv is bad probably because of me.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just, that's all I hear.
And the guys that I came up
People are
with.
like, I don't like improv
I don't because
Steve
of Rob
Huebel.
Huebel.
Rob Huebel.
Thank you for calling me Steve.
Wow. Do you have a brother named Steve?
No.
Where did Steve come from?
I don't know.
Why did I call you Steve?
I love it.
Rob.
Steve. I'm going by Steve.
Steve
Please
Huebel.
tweet at me at Steve Huebel. Please.
I know who you are. So
that's how.
And you started teaching?
So I started teaching improv classes, and then right about that time, I started doing commercials. Some commercial agent started scouting. You know, the theater started to get a little bit of heat on it. You know,
who's there now at that point?
at that point it was like Corddry, Ed Helms, Andy Daly, Riggle, Shear.
And they all came up through the ranks?
They all came up. Yeah, we all started around the same time.
It's amazing.
But what changed things for me was I got a commercial agent, and then I started getting commercials, and then that just gives you some ability to tread
Money.
water. Yeah. So I
national commercials?
yeah, so I got really lucky in that world, and that kind of bought me some time.
Did you get on a roll with them?
I did, yeah.
Like you were that guy on the commercial for a while?
Yeah.
There's that guy again. That was your credit.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
I had a commercial in New York that they used to play before the movies, and it was called Inconsiderate Cell Phone Man, and it was just me being a jackass on my cell phone, talking really loud.
Oh, this is to tell everyone to be quiet.
telling
before the
everybody,
movie.
yep, to turn your phone
There's
off.
a movie commercial.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
a movie commercial. So that was like my first, like one of my first pain.
Oh, so you're walking around New York and people are like, dude,
hey, inconsiderate. No, everybody said like, insensitive cell phone. No one could ever get it right.
Right,
you know?
right.
So that was my thing for like a few people. Everybody called me that. It was great.
So you're improving, you're making money, doing
Yeah.
commercials that you're not comfortable with, but you can't fight it.
No, you can't fight it.
And of course, everyone in that world is sort of like, no, it's good, dude.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a really embarrassing, like utterly humiliating Olive Garden commercial that, it was really, cause I used to try to only do the funny ones. You know, I
Yeah.
would just go out for the funny commercials.
Right.
Like you said, I got on kind of a roll, but then I did this one for Olive Garden. It was like strangely sincere, and they were like they tricked me. I came in and they're like, hey, you're funny. You can just improvise. Do whatever you want.
Right.
Do whatever you want. So they let me do that like all day long, and then like they wore me out. I got really tired, and then at the end of the day, they go, hey, let's just just for fun, just for me.
Do a serious one.
Do a serious one.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, just totally like dramatic. And say the waitress will come over and give you like your soup salad and breadsticks.
Yeah.
And she'll say, hey, what are you guys here for? Are you guys celebrating? And then you look at her and you go, no, it's just Monday. But say it real sincere like that. And I was like, okay. So I did that. And then the commercial came out.
Yeah.
And it was really just that. Just really
just
straight. Like
Monday.
Looking right into the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was,
and the idea was like Olive Garden's always good.
it's always good. You don't have to celebrate.
Yeah.
You can come here on just
That's when most people go to Olive Garden.
yeah. It's usually for birthday parties and weddings.
It's just a casual place to eat on Monday.
Or just Mondays.
Wow.
So I was upset about that.
Did people like judge you for it? Did people be
a
like,
lot of people started making fun of me.
with the Just Mondays wine?
Yeah.
Are you celebrating?
Yeah, and people say, hey, what is it? What day is it? And I'd say, just Monday. Yeah, it was a bummer.
Yeah.
But it's hard to. You
learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson. Don't ever
Not be funny.
not be funny. When they tell you hey, you want to try one just for me?
Yeah,
that's when they're lying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one they're going to use.
That's the one they're going to use.
So when did you start making movies and television?
Well,
wait, you and Aziz and
me and Aziz and
Paul.
Paul did this MTV show. We got our own TV show on MTV. This was back when is MTV still on? I think it's still on.
I don't know.
Does your girlfriend know?
No. Does your wife know?
Oh, how
shit.
dare you! How dare you!
I think it is on still. But what
I
you
think it is.
did, but I'm looking at your credits. But you did some shit with the Upright Citizens Brigade when they had the show on Comedy Central.
Yeah. But total, just like background, like
And what'd you do for The Awful Truth?
Oh, I was a producer. Yeah,
With Michael Moore.
With Michael Moore.
How did that happen?
Well, it was all interconnected. A friend of mine from UCB was working on for Michael Moore, and he said, "Hey, do you want to pitch Michael Moore some comedy ideas,
Field pieces, right?
some field pieces?"
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so I said, yes, for sure. And I was a big fan of Michael Moore's movies. And so I just sat down and I wrote all these, ideas for field pieces, sent them to Michael Moore, and just somehow got lucky. And he was like, yep, these are funny. Let's meet this guy. So that was when I was doing commercials and everything.
Yeah.
And
all simultaneously.
Yep, all
the Daily
simultaneously.
Show too?
Yep. So then the Daily Show came right after that.
You only did a few of those.
Only did a few, yeah, for like 6 months. It was during the first Bush election. Is when I was at the Daily Show.
Why didn't it stick? Why weren't you?
Well, because I wasn't very good. I wasn't a very good field producer
Oh,
at the
really?
Daily. It was hard for me because back then, you remember how the Daily Show used to be? Like way back, you would go out.
Was it Jon Stewart?
Yeah.
Oh.
But way back, before they figured out, before they really hit their stride, I think politically,
Yeah.
they would do those funny field pieces where you would kind of go out with the correspondent and you'd kind of like a little bit make fun of the person. You try
Right.
to find a weirdo that was out there,
Right.
drilling for oil in his backyard.
Right.
And you'd go out there and you kind of make fun of him a little
Yeah.
bit. Well, that's kind of when I was there. And then after that, Bush got elected and they were like, we're not doing this anymore. And I think John was like, we're not going to make fun of people. Like now let's get political, So that's
With Bush too.
Yeah. Once he got,
W.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once that happened, then the show kind of shifted and they sort of became, super political and they didn't really do those kind of field pieces anymore. And, but also I just wasn't very good at field producing.
And it said that you, like, here I'm looking like McEnroe. You did that?
Oh man.
I think I appeared on that show. Is
On
that
the John
possible?
McEnroe show?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very possible.
I feel like I did.
Yeah, we had a friend that said, hey, why don't you guys come out here to the John McEnroe comedy show? John McEnroe is a nice guy, ? And they gave him a comedy show.
Yeah, like a syndicated talk
Like a
show.
syndicated talk show.
I remember who else was on that because I remember doing it and being like, "Oh, you work here?"
Yeah, me and Sheer were there writing jokes for John McEnroe, which was tough. That's a tough job to try to write jokes for a tennis pro, And
I remember the whole thing felt stilted and awkward.
yeah. And we would, the guests would come on, And they'd be like, and we'd be like, hey, here's a funny idea for you and John. And we would try to write like a sketch for the guest and like John, and it would never go well.
Right.
But that was like a very short-lived show. And, but you know, again, back then I was just like, yeah, if I can make a check, get a paycheck.
But you're also doing funny movies, little things.
Well, then I just started to pop up. Like through UCB, I started to get little breaks. Like McKay started directing movies, you know.
Right.
And so
you knew him at UCB?
I knew him from the comedy world at UCB.
Yeah.
And so I started to get like little cameos and like the other guys with Will Ferrell and stuff like that. And so I started kind of popping up doing that. And then around that same time, me and Paul and Aziz did Human Giant, and that kind of opened up a lot of doors for us in the comedy world. We started getting like more opportunities like on sitcoms and stuff like that. So
it kind of blew up, and it helped Aziz's stand up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had long weird mullet hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Paul, he didn't have any hair.
He didn't have any hair at that point.
And you had your white guy hair.
I had my white guy hair.
Is it all about the hair? But
that show, you love guys' haircuts.
I do. I take it in. But that
show helped us out a lot. That show helped us kind of all get going.
And you built that at UCB?
We would test. Yeah, we would go out with we used the same director, the guy that created the show with us, Jason Wallner, who's super funny, smart writer and director, and he did other shows like Eagle Heart.
I know that guy.
Yeah, you know Jason. So
I interviewed him.
Yeah, so we would go out and we would shoot sketches, and then we would take them to UCB. We would show them in front of a live audience, and if it got a laugh, then we would put it in the TV show. So that was a great, easy way to sort of
best
test.
way to do it.
Yeah, just show.
David Sedaris does that.
Oh, really?
With his writing.
Oh, you just do a live reading.
Yeah. And he'll like, tweak things.
Yeah.
So it all takes off.
So that's how it went career-wise
with Human Giant.
Yep. And that got me going. And
then the other big thing is Children's Hospital.
Children's Hospital. That was just friends. That was Cordry was a friend.
But you did a lot there. That's a lot of episodes, dude.
Yeah, it was great. But Mark, those are 15-minute episodes. That's not in syndication. That's no money. I haven't had like a money gig like you. I haven't had like one of these sweet, cushy podcast
The League?
deals.
What about The League?
I was in like 10 episodes of The League.
That's not bad. Where was my money gig?
The podcast.
Well, it seems like you've had some pretty good gigs.
Well, yeah, Transparent has been great. I do.
You're good in that.
Transparent now.
You
don't watch it.
I did. I watched the first season.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
I thought it was good because you were aggravated the first season.
Yeah, and you get to be. It's fun to do for me more serious stuff because I've done a lot of like jackasses and obnoxious guys and just kind of idiots.
Yeah.
Which I love and I feel. It's in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But it's fun to do a show where like, oh, this writing is really good.
Oh yeah, and you can just be in it.
Just say these words.
Trust it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just like, oh, is this the script? Hey, good job, man.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Glow. Yeah.
Yeah. Where you don't feel like,
someone's
I'm not going to say that.
Yeah,
that's not the way I would do it.
I better make this funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's great about Transparent is like, the writing is really great. And the directing, like, they just make it look amazing.
It is. It's a ballsy show.
Thank you for saying that. But yeah,
and also you were good in The Descendants. That was
thanks,
that was a good part.
Yeah,
and
you
got to play
pretty good people in that movie.
Clooney.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Was that intimidating?
Yeah. And Alexander Payne directed that movie, so yeah,
he's good.
But you don't want to be the weak link in that movie, Like I got to go out to Hawaii where they shot it, and you show up, and it's Clooney, and it's Alexander Payne, who's like the best director in the world, and then like me.
Right.
And so I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I hope I don't drop the ball. So
I thought you did good.
Thanks, buddy.
We're not done talking about Clooney. So you meet Clooney, nice guy.
I meet Clooney, nice guy, and I thought that very personable guy.
Seems like it.
Like, when you're shooting those things and you're in between scenes, you're just hanging out. You're sitting around in someone's house where you're shooting, and you're just sitting on a couch next to George Clooney. And I remember at one point we were both on our phones, and we're looking at our phones, and I thought, like, I'm just going to ask him for his phone number. Like, I'm just going to say,
hey, George.
Hey, George, we should have drinks. But I lost my nerve. I didn't do it. I had it.
Had you talked to him previous or?
No.
Had you been talking?
No,
So this would have been kind of the first.
It would have
time
been the first, meet a guy, you hang out for a few days, and but he's really cool.
Yeah.
He's super funny.
Yeah.
He's always doing pranks. Everybody says that, and he is. He's always playing pranks.
You
on
personally hadn't talked to him that much.
No, but I woke up one day and I went into my trailer, and there's a bucket of his urine, and it was above my door, and it poured.
it.
No, wouldn't that be great if he was like pranking me for no reason?
But
really gross, like aggressive,
crass pranks.
Just a
shit in your trailer.
bucket of shit.
Yeah.
Hey man, I put a bucket of shit under your couch.
I know that feeling though, because I'll talk to people in here, and I don't know how people see me or where.
Everybody says you're a prankster.
Well, no,
set.
like what position I hold in the world. Because sometimes I'm
Yeah.
like, you want me to just email you that stuff, or should I call, or have someone call your assistant? Like,
So you're kind of fishing around, like,
right? Do I get your number? But I always
Yeah.
go like, who should I get in contact with?
Yeah.
And like, well, you can just call me. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh,
yeah.
wow,
I'm
hey.
gonna get John Hamm's
Yeah.
phone number. It looks like.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Do you ever
And
do
then
that?
I just bother them.
Do you go
and
through?
I just like text and
Hey,
text.
hey,
and
bro.
text till they,
You
what's
up?
Ham? How's it going?
You up?
I very rarely will text any celebrity that I've ever, unless
I would like to go through. That would be a great episode of the podcast where
What?
we just go through your phone and we don't give out the numbers, but we see who they are.
Do you want me to get it?
Who you got? If you have your phone handy, I wouldn't mind.
I feel like it's in the other
I
room.
wouldn't mind a sampling.
That'd be fun. Hold on.
Okay, I'll fill time. Hey guys, Mark's going in the other room, and so what I wanted to do was tell you that you can call me on my phone anytime. I'll pick up. I swear to God, I'll pick up. 212-555-1212. Call me right now. We can chat. We can talk. Oh, here he comes. Be cool.
Wait, why don't we do this?
Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Here he is.
Have you been drinking all day?
No.
Oh.
I did have I came from another podcast where they said, "Do you want a beer?" And I said, "Yeah."
Oh, because I just smelled it and I was like, "What's he up to?"
Wait, you
Is he
smelled
all right?
beer on me?
Just now.
No. Is that for real?
Yeah, I smell a little beer.
Oh, gross.
Let's do yours too. What do
gross.
you got?
Okay, are we going to go through our phones?
Why? I mean, I guess so. Isn't that the game?
Are we coming up with a new segment
Let's
on
go,
the show?
Well, let's go. We don't have segments, but let's see who. Okay, I'll say one, then you say one.
Okay, wait. Let me catch up.
I'm in A's.
Okay.
I got a Ryan Adams.
Wow. I got you're going big.
Nothing in A's for you. I got a Pam Adlon and a Steve Agee.
I got Curtis Armstrong.
Who's that?
Man, Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Okay,
I do. I got his number.
I think I won that one.
No, who did you have? Ryan Adams?
I had a Pam Adlon, Ryan Adams, and Steve Agee. That's a trifecta.
I have Steve Agee.
Oh, you have Steve Agee.
I have Steve Agee.
Do you have Steve Albini? You don't.
Nope. I have Arj Barker.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I have
Let's keep going.
Dave Alvin.
No,
Yeah.
I'm done. Oh, I got Aziz. I got Scott Ackerman. I have Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I got some good ones.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a Carlos Alzraki, and I've got a Jonathan Ames. I think I might.
Jonathan Ames is my neighbor.
Oh yeah, you live up there?
Yeah.
What else?
He's a great guy. I got
I don't know, but see some
Leo Allen. I got Leo.
That's pretty good.
I got Akiva.
But Leo Allen actually lives in my old apartment in Astoria.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
No, he lives out here.
Oh, he moved?
Yeah, he lives out here.
I have Aziz too.
Are you worried that people are going to listen to this and think we're dicks?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Do you have a Judd Apatow? I have Judd Apatow.
No.
I have Fiona Apple.
Whoa.
Fred Armisen.
Oh shit.
Will Arnett.
Oh, I got Arnett.
Wait, hold on.
I got Arnett.
Tom Arnold.
Wow. Wow.
That's who I am.
Is it true that Tom Arnold has the tapes of Donald Trump saying racist things?
He says he does.
Why doesn't he
he
come
doesn't.
out with it?
I have Dave Attell. That's a good one.
I have the guy from...
I have Ackerman.
I have a guy named Brent from Mastodon. Do you know the band Mastodon? I have his phone number.
Hank
He's a
Azaria.
cool guy.
You got Hank Azaria?
Ooh, you got a good one.
I got a Bob Balaban.
Wow. Mm-hmm. You're doing... I think you...
Maria Bamford.
I feel like you aggressively solicit these.
Lance Bangs.
Lance Bangs.
Elizabeth
Lance.
Banks. Sorry,
Elizabeth Banks. That's
yeah,
a
but I
great
think that's
one.
not a real
You got some
one.
A-listers.
I think that's like a contact.
I got Tony Collette.
That's like an assistant.
I got Tony Collette.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Rob Corddry.
Uh-huh.
Terry Crews.
Ooh.
Whitney Cummings.
I got that.
These are great.
I got how about
I got Alexandra Daddario from Baywatch. Do you know her?
That's pretty good. Roseanne Barr.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I got Dad.
I got a Todd Barry. You got Dad?
I got your dad's phone number.
That's good.
I got Andy Daly.
Oh, that's good.
I'm jumping ahead
funny.
to the D's.
Wow, how'd you get? I got Ed Begley.
I got Rob Delaney.
That's pretty good. I got a Delaney.
Ooh, dude, Patrick Dempsey.
Oh,
I got Patrick Dempsey's
I like that
number.
guy.
Yeah,
I have 2 Lake Bells.
Yeah, me too. Well, I have 1 Lake Bell.
I don't know. Got a Richard Belzer.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, wait, hold on.
I got Rachel Dratch.
Wait, Annette Benning.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how much longer we should do this.
Are we starting to sound like dicks?
I think we sounded like dicks when we said, hey, yeah, what famous people do you have in your phone? People are at work listening to this podcast going, fuck these guys.
Yeah. The weird thing is, a lot of these I'm just looking at names, and I might, like Teddy Bergeron. Let's do like some of the ones that maybe people don't know.
I got Greg Fitzsimmons.
Oh, I have dead people in here.
Oh, who?
Shelley Berman.
Oh, don't call that number.
There's a lot I got to get rid of here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't ever do that.
Me neither. Like, and it's crazy. I've passed like 2 dead people.
Yep.
And yeah.
John Krasinski I got.
Mike Chiklis. I don't have Krasinski.
I'll give it to you.
Thanks, man.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Dane Cook.
Tom Lennon. Dane Cook.
Yeah.
You know, the next step of this is let's call these people. One quick. Oh, you know what? I'm going to skip ahead. I have Will.i.am's phone number.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I'm going.
I'll skip
down.
ahead.
I have Alexander Payne's phone number. Let's call him.
Well, you were in the movie.
Okay, I win. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
You do?
End of game.
You do.
Yep, I did.
That's the end of this game. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh nope, David Wayne. I beat myself.
Hold on, I'll beat both of them. Bob Saget.
Wow.
Yeah, Saget.
I don't know him. Nice guy.
Yeah, great guy.
I have Kristen Wiig's number. We could call her right now.
How about Tom Sharpling? Do you have Kristen Wiig's phone number?
Yeah.
You guys pals?
Do you want it?
No, maybe after.
I love her. I can't say that we're pals. I think we're neighbors. I mean, we're pals, but I don't.
Why
see
do you have
her
her
very
phone
often.
number?
I did a table read. I did a table read for her.
I have her phone number too, so never mind.
Man, this is not a competition.
It isn't. I thought that's why.
Do you mind if I take this idea and I start my own podcast? Called Contact List.
Yeah, yeah, do it. The thing is, I don't call or reach out to any of those people because I'm terrified.
Me too. I'm too intimidated.
Why would you do it?
Why would I call them? I'm not going to call Alexander Payne.
All right, so wait, what's this new show? Let's get out of here.
The new show I did is called Do You Want to See a Dead Body?
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube Red. And
what's the premise?
Well, did you ever see the movie Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a bunch of kids. They go out in the woods and they know about a dead body.
The whole movie's getting to the dead body.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell, shout out. And so I did a TV show based on that, but a comedy version of that, where I take different famous people out to find a different dead body every week. And that's the setup of the show. It's scripted. It's not like a reality show or anything like that.
You're not fooling them into thinking you know where a real dead body is?
No, although Jeffrey Tambor wanted to do the show, and we couldn't work it out he wanted too much money. No, that's not true. He just schedule-wise. But he did ask me, I thought it was adorable. He said, can I ask how these people died? And I said, oh, Jeffrey, it's not actually a dead, but it's either actors pretending to be dead, or we get like one of those CSI, decomposing, fat guy, that washed up on the beach, something like that. And he said, now I get it. So
he wanted to prepare.
How am I going to behave when I see this person? So it's not really about. There's no we don't ever know how the person got killed. No one ever asked me how I know where all these bodies are.
Yeah.
It's just an absurd premise for hanging out with somebody, so it's me and we shot a bunch of these episodes. They're all like 15, 20 minutes, but, it's like Adam Scott, all the people I just read to you in my phone.
Sure. The funny crew. Rob Corddry, Randall Park, John Cho, Terry Crews, Lil Rel, Judy Greer, Michaela Watkins. Oh, I love her.
So it's all of our funny friends. Going out on a really dumb quest to find a different dead body with me.
How'd it come out?
It's my favorite thing I've ever done.
Oh, good.
It's really so dumb and so funny because it's for YouTube Red, which is like their pay version. I think you pay $10 or something. And they literally
for
were
the year.
I think forever.
Huh.
And they were just it's one of those new platforms.
Sure.
So they're like, we want people like they're trying to get people that are not YouTube stars to do shows there. So
Right.
they're like,
You mean people that people have heard of?
yeah. So they're like, do whatever you want, say whatever you want. So it's the craziest show I've ever done. And it's just super funny. Like, it has nothing to do with anything. There's no commentary on the real world or politics or anything. It's literally just me one-on-one with someone else, and we're both acting like idiots.
Oh, it's great.
And it's super fun. Yeah.
That's just pure funny.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I didn't see it.
Thank you. You think my name is Steve?
It's been great talking to you, Steve.
I enjoyed it.
So don't steal my giant marble.
I'm not going to. I am going to steal this knife.
No, you can't take
in this hammer.
No,
there's an unusual amount of weapons in here for a guy for a guy that interviewed the president of the United States.
They took them all out.
They took out the hammer?
Yeah, and the knife.
And the knife?
Sure.
Did you play the guitar? I don't remember.
No.
You didn't say, hey man.
Let's hang out.
Hey man, you want to hear me riff?
Yeah. Let's sing. I don't do that. Only with guitar players sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the most famous person you ever played with?
You
can say anybody. Look on your phone.
I played with Jimmy Vaughn recently. That was exciting for me.
Wow.
The most famous person I ever
But
played.
are you going to go pro?
No.
Guitar-wise?
I don't think I can.
No. Too late?
I mean, I'd like to play with people, and I played with somebody recently, but I found it a little intimidating. I kind of pussed out.
Yeah. You ever play on stage with people?
Yeah, I have.
Like in sort of like a Live Aid
Yeah, I played with Grantley Phillips,
Wow.
and Mark Rivers, and
What, like Farm Aid?
not at Farm Aid. No, it was a Greg Barrett's used to do a
Yeah.
Bring the Rock thing.
Yeah.
Where you tell a story and then play.
Yep.
I'll put together a great band. I played with Brendan Small.
Wow.
And that crew.
Oh, wow. Those guys are...
Yeah, but it's good to play with good
Death
guys.
Plot.
Yeah. Well, he used to do a similar type of show.
Yeah. Does your girlfriend, does she enjoy it when you play, or is she annoyed when you play?
She's fine with it. She doesn't like when I do it while we're watching television.
Right.
Even if it's the electric with not plugged in.
But you don't like whip out your guitar and play for her, and she's like,
oh no,
she's like, she gets like emotional.
No.
Yeah.
That's not, no. At the beginning you do that.
Yeah.
And then you put it.
And then
away.
once it's like,
once you're like, I'm pretty good at this, right? She's like, yeah, you're pretty good.
Yeah,
All right,
stop playing.
That's done.
Please stop playing. Smoke on
You're
the
great.
water.
You're
Please
great.
stop playing smoke
You're
on
great.
the water.
Please stop playing your dumb blues noodling.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad everything worked out with your kid, and things are good for you. And it was again great talking to you, Steve.
Thank you for having me, Jim.
Okay, see, I told you that was fun. I never hung out with him. Now I feel like we should hang out more. But I don't know if that'll happen. Don't forget, comedian and writer Michelle Wolf brings her sharp humor to HBO in her debut stand-up special, Michelle Wolf, Nice Lady, taped at the Skirball Center in New York City. Get Michelle's takes on a wide range of topics, including her surprising thoughts on feminism, Hillary Clinton, and more of life's everyday absurdities. Michelle Wolf, Nice Lady premieres this Saturday, December 2nd at 9 p.m., only on HBO. Yes, I could play a little guitar. Clean, though. I'm going to play clean. All right? Clean. Boomer lives!